why they should accept crypto, one of the first things we usually bring up is how much money has been donated in crypto already. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been donated in crypto in just the last couple of years, and that tends to surprise nonprofits. The other thing that tends to really surprise them is how many people actually use crypto already. I think a lot of people underestimate the size of the market already, not just in terms of people, but also, the dollar value of the whole market. And then a thing they always find really interesting is the actual demographics of those users. So for most nonprofits, they rely on, in most cases, older donors, people who are in their 50s and 60s, and in some cases even writing paper checks still. So for them, it's always been a challenge to connect with younger donors, and accepting crypto donations is one of those ways they can start to activate those younger donors too. Now more than ever, nonprofits are looking for new ways to diversify their revenue or offset lost revenue. A lot of these nonprofits relied pretty heavily on, physical events, like let's say a charity gala or a walk or bike ride, that raises money, those sorts of in-person physical events. And a lot of them have, just overnight kind of lost, 20, 30%, sometimes even more of their budget because they can't have those physical events anymore. So they need to find new ways to raise that money. And some of them have turned to crypto, or at least been more receptive to it now.
Is there benefit from donating crypto compared to fiat?
Yeah. So the easiest way to explain it is think about it similar to when people donate stock. So you've probably seen the headlines of people like Jack Dorsey donating $1 billion worth of Square stock. And he's not donating stock for the sake of convenience, right? It's because there's a tax benefit to it. The key thing with donating crypto or stocks or other property assets is that you're essentially donating pre-tax dollars, in the sense that, when you donate, let's say $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, you can donate the full amount and essentially not have to pay capital gains taxes on the appreciated amount. And then you're also getting a tax deduction on the amount you donate, instead of, let's say, selling your Bitcoin, paying either short or long-term capital gains taxes on it, and then donating the after-tax proceeds. Yeah, and one important thing to keep in mind too, not only are you not paying tax on that donation amount, but the nonprofits are also by their nature tax exempt. So the nonprofit is able to sell that crypto for the full value, and they don't need to worry about paying tax on it either.
Yep, and this is, after learning about this for the first time, this was actually the catalyst to start the Blockchain Acceleration Foundation, believe it or not. It is, how can people donate crypto to tangibly accelerate crypto, and sort of use this as the beginning part of a sort of ideally in a completely incentive-aligned organization where you can take that money, if people make a lot of money in the market in short-term or long-term capital gains, to accelerate the industry through education and research and whatnot.
I think with things like stablecoins and with things like blockchain analytics, becoming more mature, I think there's a real opportunity to really improve charitable donations and to really improve aid distribution programs by leveraging the unique aspects of blockchain, specifically the ability to get money from point A to point B across the globe very seamlessly, combined with the analytics and the ability to track and trace the transactions to make sure the money is going where it's supposed to be going. And I think that's the real opportunity that I think the nonprofit sector is going to see itself having, over the next 3 to 5 years as the industry matures. So that's something that's really exciting to me. I think it's great.
One last question. Why should people donate cryptocurrency to nonprofits? I know we've already been through this, but love to hear it again.
Yeah. So if you already own crypto, it's in most cases, assuming it's appreciated, in most cases, it's probably a more tax efficient way to donate. But of course, always talk to your accountant and tax advisor first before making a decision. And the other piece that's not tax related is really about crypto adoption. So, even if, maybe you don't have a huge tax savings from donating crypto, the more crypto that gets donated, the more nonprofits are going to accept crypto. And in return, the more the nonprofits are also going to talk about crypto to their audiences. So there's a huge adoption angle to it too. As you can imagine, nonprofits have pretty big followings and a pretty big audience. So getting them talking about crypto is a great way to introduce it to people in a much more positive light than maybe they're used to hearing about it for the first time. So I'd say those two reasons are the main ones.
We've been doing this for the last 2 years, 100% for free. And now I think is the time in which we need to fulfill operating budget, get people paid, and make sure that this org can grow and